Hey everyone, it's me, Christopher Splatoon of Shadow. Tell me more. Hey, yeah. So today we're talking about what if Luffy knew about haki from the start, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Like, sub, comment, yada yada yada. Let's talk about this in the comments. Like, how do you think it would affect the story type thing? Because I realized if I had to talk about the whole Straw Hat crew, it's gonna be too messy. So I'm just gonna focus on Luffy real quick. For this video at least. How does it begin? He knows haki, so I think the first half would not change relatively, except like Buggy, which, you know, Buggy should have known about haki, or at least known how to use haki. He never really used it, so there. But the thing that would change about the Buggy fight is that I think Buggy would surrender to Luffy because he's like, oh, he knows haki, he knows how to use haki. Oh, f this. Because I think after Luffy finds out about haki, and who does he find it out from? Shanks or his grandpa? One of those two, Shanks or his grandpa. Either one, I could see that. Them showing him, maybe he asks Shanks, he's like, what did you do? Why did you did the thing run away after biting your arm? He's like, oh, you know, I just my conquerors, you know, my conquerors haki. What conquerors haki? That type of thing. But besides that, his grandpa, if, you know, it wasn't a dum-dum, should have just shown him and Ace, you know, how to do that. Garp should have just been like, hey, this is how you do armament and this is how you do observation. Bam, right there. Just call it a day. And he knew they had conquerors and stuff. So, you know, he kind of left them super unprepared for the world. Technically, Oda's writing, but I'm not gonna blame Oda. Come on, this isn't Oda's fault. This is Garp's fault. We should blame Garp. It's his fault. Ace died, and it's his fault. Luffy was weak back then. But those who he's gonna learn from. I think Buggy's gonna surrender to Luffy because, well, he's gonna get scared. He's like, oh, who's this young kid? And he knows haki and he knows how to use it. Because I would say Luffy would be about at least twice as strong to 10 times as strong, I would say, because when compared to when he was in Sabaody versus when he met back up with Kizaru was like, oh, you need to be at least 100 times stronger or something to fight me. So I'm kind of using that as a skill to like compress that back to his arc 1 form, Luffy's arc 1 form. I'm like, okay, Luffy with haki, he doesn't have any gears. Sorry about that. But he has haki. And you know what? I think he can kick Buggy's ass even more easily. He's gonna have more control. He's gonna be more invulnerable because now he can just pull haki to attacks that might possibly hurt him. Maybe the slashing attacks like swords and stuff. Yeah, swords. I don't think swords might work on him anymore. Even though technically he's weak against swords, if he puts haki and the sword itself doesn't have haki on it. I'm just saying, Luffy could technically be immune early to non-haki slashes and stuff. But he messes up Buggy surrenders, whichever. He messes up Kuro easily because he's going to be a lot faster now. I'm sorry, a lot of burps and coughs today. Who else is he going to fight? Oh, yeah, Craig, Don Krieg, whatever. Kicks his ass. Who cares? Don Krieg is Don Krieg. Let's be serious. The only thing he had was weapons. He wasn't that cool. Well, wasn't that strong. It wasn't that cool either. Arlong. Okay. How does it go with Arlong? I didn't even write Arlong on this, but come on. How would I forget Arlong? Yeah, Luffy kicked his ass, had a little bit of difficulty, but now it's essentially gonna be what happened with Arlong versus Jinbei in the flashback, where Arlong was talking shit right up at Jinbei. Jinbei just like, what? He just started fucking him up in front of the whole crew. I think it's gonna be like that. So yeah, Luffy's gonna kick his ass even worse. Now he fights Smoker, which is his real first challenge. In my opinion, I think Smoker is fucked. Now finally, since Luffy has haki, he can actually interact with Smoker. So he just needs to haki infuse his gum pistol. Bing! Smoker will be like, oh, you hit me. I'm like, yeah. You didn't know I got haki, huh? Yeah, I hit you, man. What you gonna do? Oh, you still want to chase me? Oh, you want this? But yeah, Luffy's gonna mess up Smoker. It's gonna be maybe difficult because I'm not gonna say that version of Smoker before, you know, he became fodder. That version of Smoker wasn't fodder back then at that point, but I still think Luffy will kick his ass with haki. Like, he just automatically becomes twice as strong to at least 10 times as strong, in my opinion, with haki in there. After that, then he goes, I'm gonna skip all what happened before he go, like the whole everything to Alabasta. I'm just gonna go to Crocodile because yeah, straight to Crocodile. Sorry, just yada yada yada. I wanna move on. I don't want to get into details. I want to make the video longer than it needs to be. So, him and Crocodile, how does that go? Well, I mean, he already beat Crocodile once with luck. But yeah, now, I mean, I don't think... I can't see Crocodile doing anything. Because Luffy has haki now. Luffy can actually hit the dude. Well, not only can he hit the dude, but if he hits the dude, it will hurt him. So, goes there. Plus, if he forgets the water thing, Crocodile is really, really effed. So, there you go. Your boy Luffy's... Now, it actually feels even. Because before, you know, Luffy couldn't touch Crocodile. Crocodile basically felt invincible. And basically felt invincible or was invincible. It was whooping him up. The first two times, even the first one was just he couldn't touch him. The second one was a little more contested, but he still beat him. Third one, even though it was contested, you know, Luffy came out on top. But that's it for Crocodile. You know, he's strong, but he didn't display his haki abilities. If he had haki, maybe I'll debate it more. But even at that, the fact that he still lost in the original story means, you know, I think Luffy, amped up Luffy would whip his ass even easier. Now, after that, NL or NL. This is an easy dub for Edru for Luffy because, you know, I keep saying, you know, but you do know if you've seen One Piece, he's immune to lightning, immune to electricity. And Enru/NL has mantra or observation haki, which back then we didn't know what it was, but now we obviously know what it is. Luffy's whooping his ass because it's so easy. He can't even hurt him at this point. I mean, maybe if he, you know, burns him, and I keep saying, you know, but you know, if he burns him and hits up some gold or something and burns him, sure. But even at that, like, Luffy can put armament over his body and make himself like a little bit immune to stuff like that. I'm not gonna say he's on, you know, those Kaido level, like walking through any attack type stuff, but he, like, just by having haki. If you have a question, do you want to have haki or no haki? Yes. It doesn't matter if you have devil fruits or not. If you want to have haki, well, not if you want it, you should get haki. Devil fruit or no devil fruit, get haki. It's just, it's a bonus. It's a plus. It makes everything just better. It just makes everything better. It makes you strong. Even if you're strong, some haki will make you even stronger. Just know that. So yeah, whooping up NL or Eneru. Luffy versus Aokiji. This is contested because, you know, the other two are there, Sanji and Zoro. I'm thinking, should I give him haki too? Because they're just making more even. In that case, it's going to be a little more worry. And I don't think they're going to get as actually damaged as they did. I don't think they'll get frozen. And I think Aokiji will actually kind of back off a little bit. Now, they'll be aware of how strong he is. They'll be like, okay, just chill. Because I don't think they can win. I can't see Luffy at this point with no gears, no gear 5, not even gear 4, advanced conquerors, none of that. No. By the way, we're only doing pre-time skips. We're not going past time skips. So memory for it, I'm stopping. He still loses to Aokiji, but I don't think Aokiji freezes them. I think it's more like a scuffle and they barely escape type thing, or they're like, okay, is he trying to kill us? He's like, I don't really care. You guys can leave. Nico, I mean, we're gonna get you whenever. I don't care. Then they're like, okay, we're bouncing, and they leave. I'm just here for my bicycle nap and stuff. I'm just napping and riding my bicycle. It's gonna be entertaining. I think this fight will be actually more entertaining than the original one, where they basically got mopped up. Because now they can actually hit him. Yes, Luffy can hit him now with haki and stuff, but he's still not on Aokiji's admiral level. He's not as fast as him, strong as him. He can't use the haki as good as him. He's not technically as durable as him. His haki's not on that level yet. Plus, Sanji and Zoro, even if they had haki at this point, I don't think they can stand up to him. So there you go. Maybe if we had the whole crew fight him and they all had a haki at this point, maybe they might make him use half his strength. Maybe. I'm kind of banking them at that point. But nah, I don't think they can win. Because he can freeze the whole island if he wanted to. If Aokiji wanted to, he could just freeze that whole island. He froze the ocean. So yeah. After that, and no, I don't think he's going to freeze them. I think he's going to let them off. He's like, oh, you guys are kind of strong. Okay, cool. You guys have your haki. Garp's grandson. Cool. I'll let you go. I'll see you. Bye. So yeah, now we go into Lucy and Luffy. And, well, the first fight. Let's talk about the first fight. Will it go the same way? Nah. I think Luffy will whip him up because now that he has haki, he can actually hurt devil fruit users. So his Takai or his not his armament, but the Ryokukyujin, or I forgot how to say it, but his Takai or Tekai, the armament body that isn't armament haki technique that he learns. You know, the 6 techniques that they learn from the spy stuff in CP0 or CP agents. Even if he does that, since Luffy can use haki, I think that's just gonna bypass that and hurt him. So he's fucked there. It doesn't matter how much he tries to make himself durable. Luffy just needs a good rush. The problem with this is that if Luffy doesn't hit this wall, he won't get stronger for the next. Yeah, so that's the issue. He's still gonna remain at this level of just relying on his basic level plus haki. He's not gonna have like gear second or anything like that. So I'll say I'll give Lucy haki in this, because Aokiji already has haki, and NL/Enru had haki. If Crocodile had haki, yes, the fight would be a lot tougher. And I think Luffy might lose that if Crocodile takes it seriously. If Crocodile also has haki and he's like smart about his abilities in killing Luffy. If not, Luffy still wins, yada yada yada. But that's like me fighting for a Crocodile. That's fucked up. But for Lucy, if I do this, that's me fighting for him. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna leave it. No haki for Lucy. He gets mopped up. He gets beat up. It's gonna be a little difficult for Luffy, because he realizes he's kind of slow. Well, he's fast, but he's not as fast as he can be. He's like, these guys, they don't even have haki, and they're kind of already this strong, and I have haki, and I'm not even using my devil fruit abilities this much. Basically, he's gonna think, I'm overly relying on my haki or something like that. So maybe he does train. Maybe that's his reason for training, and he gets gears and stuff. Now, I'll say, without gears and just haki, how does he go against Moria? I mean, he needs to obviously get the nightmare stuff to beat him. If he gets the nightmare stuff, yes, I think he can. Maybe. Ooh, I don't know if he can beat the. Okay, I'm thinking. Yes, if it's still the same Nightmare Luffy, yes, he can still beat what's his name? Oars. But can he beat Moria after he absorbs all those shadow? He has haki, which is one of the weaknesses of devil fruit users. Possible. I think it's possible he can do it without the gears. I prefer he has the gears though, but if he has them, then it's just a stomp. Heck, I don't even think he necessarily needs Nightmare Luffy to beat Oars at that point. If he has haki and gears, yes. I'm saying to gear 3, by the way, or gear third gear. 1, 2, and 3. If he has those 2 plus haki, I think he has it. Luffy has it. Without haki, it's gonna be difficult, but I can still see him winning, but I can also see him losing too. So that's gonna be more contentious with him and Moria. When Kuma pulls up, yes, he definitely needs gear 1 and 2. Now, if he has gear secondo or gear thirdo, not gear 1 and 2, gear thirdo and gear secondo, if he has those 2 against Kuma, and he has haki, and he's awake, like at that point when Kuma showed up at Thriller Bark to fight them, this is gonna be tough. Let's say the whole Straw Hat crew also had haki, and they're on a similar level to Luffy, or at least they're at the stage that Luffy would have been in the story if like that was shown, because this would have happened in between the time skip. Post time skip, he was way stronger than whatever I'm talking about right now. After the time skip, he can easily. He will give Kuma a fight, but I think Kuma still has a decisively big advantage and stronger. Like, I think Kuma is still on the upper level that he can still take care of and handle Luffy. Moria, yes, Moria is trash. But I think Kuma was gonna whoop some ass. Now, Luffy versus, because after this it goes to Sabaody. I'm thinking, does he do anything? Yeah, no, he just goes to Sabaody. Similar things happen, yada yada yada. Him and Luffy versus Kizaru and Kuma, basically. How will that go? I mean, if he has assistance from Rayleigh, then yes. I think he can escape. I think Luffy can definitely escape. But I also think Rayleigh would tell him, look, as you are right now, you're strong, but I don't think you're still not on that upper level. There's still some people who mess you up, even this, because he had to add gears to even fight them, so I'll have to give him gears. If he doesn't have gears, I don't see him winning. If he doesn't have gears, he tries to fight Kizaru and Kuma, he's getting his ass whooped. Luffy's not winning that at all, and none of the Straw Hats are winning. I don't care what even if they have haki too, if they're not like on at least close to post time skip what they were, I don't see it happening. And I'm saying that he needs to be at least like 50 times as strong to maybe beat them. Maybe, maybe. He has to have gear set second and third. Even at that, he needs to know some advanced stuff to, I think, beat these guys, because they have pacifistas, they have Santamaru, they have all these things. They have hella people. No, the same thing will happen, I think, or something similar. I think Kuma will let him go. Kuma will be like, you need to get, Rayleigh will be like, you need to get strong. Kuma will be like, I could kill you, but I want you to get strong. She's gonna run up to Luffy, but I want you to get strong, run out of here. I'm actually friends with your dad. Let's meet up some other time when I'm a zombie robot and you can take care of my 12-year-old daughters. But anyway, basically that's just how it is. I think Kuma is gonna be, he's gonna let him go. That's what's gonna save Luffy. Kizaru can't really do shit because Kuma and Rayleigh are gonna make sure Luffy and his team go. Like, if Kuma has to do the whole smack thing, I think he's gonna do it again. But I don't think he's gonna need to, because they're strong enough to be like, okay, we understand. We'll try to go do something or try to become better before we come back or whatever. Or at least we'll train as we're going on our journey. We'll take our training seriously, and maybe that will drive them to become stronger. But yada, 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 you know what we know what happens. Marineford happens. Luffy has to go to Impel Down. And damn, I forgot. I have to go through Impel Down. I skipped to Marineford. Okay, let me do a quick rundown of Impel Down. How does Luffy go through Impel Down? The only real threats he has is the Warden. What's his name? Magellan. And I'm trying to think. Who else was a problem for Luffy? I guess Blackbeard, but there's no interaction there. I think the interaction will still be the same. I don't think Luffy can beat him at that point at all either. Because he can actually he has haki, but even at that, Blackbeard is a sleeper. He's strong. I'm not gonna sleep on Blackbeard. Yeah, he has haki, but I can still see Magellan kicking his ass with poison, because Luffy at this point still wasn't immune to poison, so that might suck. Even with his gears too. Poison is poison. What do you want him to do? But besides that, I think everything else is gonna be mostly easy. I think it's gonna be a lot easier. He's gonna even survive all the. Heck, he might run through it faster. He might go through the whole thing faster. What's his name? Buggy and the other dude, Bon Clay, and there's another one. I can't remember. Oh yeah, the candle guy, number 3, Mr. 3. They probably will stick with Luffy because they know at this point they'll know how strong he is. But yeah, he'll probably go through fast. Maybe might catch up to Ace and stop it. Who knows? You know, some BS might happen. He might break free. That's how this universe ends. You know, since Luffy's a little bit more stronger, he breaks Ace out and they get out of there. And Viper's like, oh, what? The war's not happening? Okay, let's turn around. Let's get the fuck out of here. Maybe this is the universe. You know, Luffy's a little stronger, so he goes through Impel a little more faster and gets to his brother, saves his brother. Everyone gets home free. Everyone goes have fun, and eventually he finds the One Piece, and that's how the story ends. Whitebeard survives, and a lot of people survive, and Emu is just in the background, just mad. They're like, "What? They found the One Piece? They're telling people the secret." Yada 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 yada. No spoilers. I'm not gonna say anything about the new chapters, but yeah. Obviously, I don't think he can beat Magellan, but again, if he doesn't run into Magellan, he's good. He could possibly not run into Magellan. Is it going to be a tough fight for Magellan? Oh, absolutely. I think he's going to put Magellan through the stripes, but Magellan does still have the skill set to take Luffy down. The Awakened Beast Jail Warden, no, none of the other wardens are going to do anything. I don't see anyone doing anything. Now, finally to Marineford. How does this go? I'm gonna go through an overview. It's gonna go relatively the same, because even though he's stronger, and I think people are gonna be more wary, and I think that's gonna make more people rally to try to kill him type thing, which might change the outcome of the war. You know, they focus on Luffy too much that someone gets up there, maybe Marco slips through and saves Ace type thing. Who knows, something like that. And maybe since Luffy is stronger, he doesn't stay behind, and Akainu doesn't. Well, it's not stay behind, but he's not slow, and Akainu catches up and almost kills him / kills Ace by accident. All sorts of things can change because of that. But in his fights, how do I think his fight's gonna go? Smoker's not gonna do shit to him. Smoker gets his ass kicked. Who else? Hina's not winning. Basically, vice admirals, they're all getting the ass kicked. The admirals, yeah, they're still dangerous. I think Luffy still has to dodge them, but he can dodge them a bit more better. He doesn't have to do that stupid distraction stuff. He can just be like, oh, what? Who's over there? Bounce out of there. Who else does he fight? Mihawk. Mihawk's probably still gonna kill him, so he has to also dodge Mihawk. And yes, I think he can also make Mihawk miss. Plus, you know, he still has his allies. You know, the Impel Down breakouts, and you know the Whitebeard pirates. Who else? I'm trying to think. I mean, he kicks Kobe's ass. Essentially, his fights are a lot more easier now. Essentially goes the same way, and now he does succeed. I think Luffy wins in this. Well, he saves Ace in this. Does Whitebeard die? I guess not. This time, no, because I think Luffy being stronger does take a little bit more pressure off of Whitebeard, to the extent that like Luffy could do like third gear with haki infused type thing, mess up like a huge range where the other mess up like maybe a huge range of vice admirals or something, and a bunch of soldiers that they're like, oh damn, we need reinforcements to go stop this Luffy guy type stuff. Now the downside is Luffy is still gonna be on hormones technically, but if he has haki, he's stronger, you know, type thing. Is his body stronger? It should be. So does he need it type thing? Anyway, suspending all that, no hormones, doesn't matter. I think Ace survives. Whitebeard potentially survives, especially now that Luffy's there. So Whitebeard definitely kind of survives. Everyone, again, same thing as the whole Impel Down. Him going to Impel Down. If he has all this power, his gear third, his gear second, with haki infused everything, he can run through everything fast, run through the Marineford fast, get the job done before everyone could even realize that what he's done. Because at this point, they don't know. They don't like, what? He has haki and he can do this. Unless, you know, they know. If they know, then sure, they're coming at him. But then again, he's still gonna win because he's still that dude. So that's my conclusion of this. What if Luffy knew or had haki at the start from the start? Essentially, part one becomes a lot more easier for him. I mean, there's still a little more difficulty if you give his opponents also haki too, but if he trains accordingly, like if Luffy knew about haki, understands that, okay, I'm not super strong yet, I still need to keep training, and he trains, like develops gear second and gear third like over the course of like maybe 2 arcs or something, if it was spaced out like it was supposed to be, yeah, I think he would have handled everything pretty fine. He would have saved Ace because he would have been strong enough to run the gauntlet because he has haki now. He would have either he would have saved him in Impel Down or in Marineford, and even though Marineford would be a little bit more harder, I think if he has all that power, yes, because now I would say he would be about at least half as weak as he would be post time skip, or at least he will be close to his post time skip when we first met him. Like when we first met him at Sabaody, going into Fishman Island arc, he's not quite as strong because that guy had 2 years of training, so he had more control over his stuff, you know, had more combination with how he was using his gear third and gear second. And if he's gonna learn gear third and gear second over this, he's gonna get better. But he's just like, we're watching him when he first brought it up, even in the main series when we first saw him, it was when he first learned it over the course of a few weeks and stuff. It wasn't like he had it for months or years. So yeah, just by him having haki, he's now a lot more stronger, more doable, faster, more. Heck, his battle strategies are times 10. I said it. His battle strategies are the times 10. I think pacifistas won't be as much of a problem for him pre-time skip, because, you know, back then he had to like use all of his power to beat up a pacifista. Now, if he has gear second and haki, they're dead. Heck, if he has haki and just Gum Gum pistol or Gum Gum bazooka, they're dead. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, sub, all that stuff. I'm trying to look if there's anything else, but there's nothing else here to talk about. If you like the topic, you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Comments. Let's talk about this. What do you think would happen if Luffy had haki or knew about haki from the start? How do you think the story would, you know, change? I want to hear your thoughts on this. And this has been Tell Me More A, or channel Tell Me More A. Your boy Christopher Splatoon. I'm gonna see you guys later. And Chris out.